I'm state political reporter MARNEE Banks in Great Falls at the Jon Tester campaign event. Will the farmer from Big Sandy be able to hold on to his seat in the U.S. Senate? Well, the whole nation is watching, and so are we. I'll be here until the outcome is determined.
I'm Angela Douglas in Billings with the Denny Reber campaign. The congressman is currently serving his sixth term as Montana's lone U.S. House representative, and he's vying to unseat incumbent Senator Jon Tester to become Montana's next U.S. junior senator. During the past few days, he's been rallying voters' support, but today he spent time with family. And although the race is close, the Republican challenger is confident that he'll come out on top.
I'm Judy Slade in Bozeman with the Danes campaign, where they're doing last-minute preparations for tonight's festivities. You can see behind me more than 24 volunteers making calls to constituents across the area, reminding them to get out there and vote. Of course, time running out to cast those ballots. I spoke with Danes campaign manager. He says they are feeling good, they are optimistic, but they are not taking anything for granted. Steve Daines expected here at the Hilton Garden Inn once a winner is announced. They, of course, hope they will be celebrating.
I'm David J. in Billings with the Gillen campaign. Kim Gillen, who spent 16 years in the Montana legislature, hoping to make that transition to Congress. Gillen spent a lot of the day knocking door to door and also making phone calls. She had her family, also some friends and volunteers helping her do the same, trying to do some last-minute campaigning. Now, her campaign is looking at the latest poll from Public Policy Polling, which shows Steve Daines with a 48-44 lead, but the Gillen campaign is calling that a dead heat at this point, and feeling confident at this point as we approach the 8 o'clock closing of the polls. And we'll have the latest with Kim Gillen when she comes in here later tonight from Billings.
I'm Phil Buck with the Steve Bullock campaign in Helena, and this could actually be considered Democratic headquarters for the state of Montana tonight. Most of the Democratic candidates are expected to be here, including Pam Busey, Denise Juneau, Monica Lindeen, and Ed Smith. Now, Bullock took time earlier this morning to go vote and cast his ballot. He has been on the phone most of the day trying to get out the vote and get voters to the polls. The party here is scheduled to start at about 8 o'clock tonight. Bullock is expected to arrive around 9, and by then, we should have some of the first numbers in on what is expected to be a very tight governor's race.
I'm Melissa Anderson here in Helena at the Rick Hill campaign at the Colonial Inn Hotel, where the Republican candidate for governor is expected to rally with his supporters tonight. Now, he and other Republican candidates like Sandy Welch, Tim Fox, and Brad Johnson will be closely watching as the election numbers start to trickle in. I'm told the Republicans are energized and optimistic and going into tonight's races, which are expected to be fairly close. So we'll be bringing you highlights throughout the evening as supporters here anxiously await the results.